Hello everyone, Amanda here. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm sharing my June Journal in Joy collection. Joy stands for Journal Our Year. If you're new here, I make a full journal collection every single month for my Ko-fi members. They pay a small fee, and it is small, and they get a full journaling collection every single month. I've been doing it for 2 years. If you join today, you not only get this collection, you get access to everything, because I don't limit it to, the month that you joined. If you join, you can download anything you want that's up there for members. And don't forget, as well as the monthly collection, I also do regular extras. Last week I did the vintage ledgers collection. This is for sale in my shop, but the members got it for free. Okay, so it's always worth looking at the membership. So 30 pages of loveliness. French inspired, French chateau inspired. It's shabby chic inspired. We've got soft, subtle colours, mostly a very soft pink and a sage green. So here you can see this lovely lady at her piano with the chateau through the window. Absolutely stunning. We've got French music there, all of the documentation that I've used, all the music, all of the script, all of the invoices, they're all French. Okay, beautiful. Okay, and there's the next page, and she's looking out over the chateau there, probably thinking about how many rooms she's going to have to clean. That's what I'd be thinking. And if you look carefully, I've added some little loving swans there on the lake. It's just divine. I just love this collection. I loved creating it, and I can't wait to make a journal out of it. It's going to be a soft, shabby vintage style one, and I will do videos and I will share it with you, and I will do that as soon as the journal that I'm working on at the moment is finished, which is the Creative Life one. So here we've got another one. It's just beautiful. There are lots of lovely soft greens. Beautiful. Very fresh, very crisp, and very pretty. And there's one with a view of part of the chateau there, look. Absolutely stunning, a beautiful peacock and some more music. And I absolutely love this kind of wild vintage cottage rose border. It's just beautiful. And then I couldn't resist doing this. We've got some French invoices. So they're all genuine French invoices. I've kept them in their original glory. I've just tweaked them slightly. And I have added some of the digital images that I've created onto these. And they just look beautiful. So there's one. There's another. Another one. And another one. Absolutely stunning, and these will be useful in any kind of vintage journal, so you can use them over and over again. I've done them in their full normal size, so you could actually use those as journal pages. It doesn't matter about the orientation, it doesn't matter that they'll be slightly smaller, it adds interest. Or what you can do is you can cut them out and use them as ephemera. You can age them and ink them and crease them and put them in a pocket. You could shrink them down to a page and make smaller invoice type ephemera with them. You could rip them up, you could cut out little bits of words or dates or some of the script. You could do whatever you like with them, but those are just divine. I'm really pleased with how those have turned out. I think those are a real winner and a real kind of like bonus within this collection of absolute beautifulness. Back to the journal pages. So I've done various ones, and they are quite busy. Don't forget, if you are a member, you've got access to all of the previous collections, including my Vintage Ephemera Volume 1, which has plain tea-dyed, coffee-dyed journaling pages, okay, that you can mix and match. All kinds of different things. Go and have a good scroll through. There's all sorts, okay, that you can mix and match. Look at this beautifulness. These frames are toile inspired. They're in the soft pink that I've taken from the roses. It's absolutely beautiful. We've got vintage roses here. We've got the bird cage. We've got the word Paris there. It's beautiful. Absolutely stunning. And then here we've got the peacocks again with the French music. And here we've got the lovely candelabra there and French script in the background. Just divine. Then here we've got these frames again. I've used them quite a lot because I just loved creating them. It's one of those things, sometimes I have a vision in my mind and I can't always find images that will exactly fit my image. So I have to manipulate images that I can find and make them fit my theme. So I've made these images fit my Parisian theme. And I love doing that. It's a big challenge and I love it. So then you've got room for writing on there. And then here's some larger ones again with the words Paris and Nice. And this one's got the vintage florals. So they're similar but different. And the similar's good because it helps you get coordination within your journal, you know, so that it's all going to go nicely. And then here we've got another plainer one. Okay, with the words Paris and Nice with just the script. It's just beautiful. This one's a plainer one again, but I've given you a hazy pink border here. I think that's really pretty. We've got the French music and some watercolour blue in the corners. And that one is with just the script. So you've got plenty of plainer journaling pages to go beautifully with the more decorative ones. So you've got it all. I make sure you get it all. And there's a completely plain one for your writing. Then we're on to the background pages, and I've introduced this blue, and this blue comes from this lady's dress here. Okay, so although we've got pink and sage, sometimes you just need to throw in another colour for some contrast, and I thought the blue went beautiful. So we've got two of these toile inspired blue florals, both different but both beautiful. Okay, then we've got the some more background pages. So this sage green here, as you can see, if I put this on, it's taken from the leaves, so it coordinates beautifully. And for some extra contrast, what I've done is I've done the green on white, and then I've done the sage green with the pattern in white. So again, you can see it goes beautifully, and you're going to get your contrast with the darker colour. Okay, for layering, making your pockets. If you're making a mini album or a card or a folio, you need your contrasting background pages to help these images pop. And you can see already with that on top of the darker, it just makes it pop, and that's why I've done them. There's always a method in my madness. So we've got the sage green, and then we've got the pink. Now this one I've enhanced ever so slightly because that pink is so soft you'd hardly see it. But there is the softer pink background with the white pattern. Again, you've got lovely contrast there. Okay, so that's 6 background pages. Then here's my lovely frames that I absolutely adored creating. So I've put them on here. I couldn't put the little black border around these. It just wasn't having it because I had to do so much jiggery pokery with these. The system that I use wouldn't allow me to put a nice border around, so you'll just have to do your best at fussy cutting those, or you know, you could just cut it in a rectangle, but you know, practice makes perfect, and I think they'd be worth fussy cutting. I think those are beautiful. So you've got those. Don't forget you could shrink them to a page and make them smaller. So we've got some more fussy cuts here, and these are ones that I've created with various shapes. Just thought my camera were going then. Various shapes, and these are layered pockets, so when you cut this out and layer it over top, the image is still consistent. Yeah, you don't lose any of the image is the same until you put a tag in it. Same with this one, it layers up. Then you've got the little tag, and I've given you some shapes for layering as well. So you can take this shape, then put the banner over, then put the scallop circle, and then put the little smaller circle inside, and you've got a layered embellishment. You could add them to the pockets, or you could put them somewhere else. Just beautiful. So it gives you ideas as well as beautiful images. I'm giving you ideas of how to create basic shaped layered ephemera, which is always a winner. Then here I've created some just different shape tags, you know, just different than the normal bog standard ones. I just thought we'd have something a little bit different. These were a little bit smaller than normal, narrower, and I just thought it was just something different. And then we've got these little journaling cards with the lovely images on, and this little shape here to just fill up that space that I had. I don't like white space. And then I've created some lovely envelopes in the toile inspired florals. I've done one in pink and one in blue. I haven't put the fold lines in, okay? And that's because I don't like to be able to still see them once I've cut my image out. So all you need to do is just remember that where the flaps are, that's a straight line down there, they will fold in, and then that will just fold straight and that will fold straight. If you're not confident, get it in your scoreboard, score the flaps, and then score from the corner of the flap across there and the bottom of that flap across there, and that will give you your envelope shape. And those are gorgeous. Again, you could print them to a page, they'd be quite small. Then we've got our fussy cuts. We do love our fussy cuts. We do. Now you will see that I make my fussy cuts quite large, okay? And there's two reasons for that. Two. First one, I don't like cutting tiny fiddly things. I can't be bothered, I'm too lazy. I'm a lazy crafter. But second of all, these larger ones give you more of a focal point. You can use them as tucks, you know, or pockets or whatever. But also, if I give you them large, you can use them large, but if you want them small, you can shrink them to a page, and you will get them smaller if you want to make clusters or smaller ephemera. But that's giving you, by me giving you them large, it's giving you those two options. If you've got them small, you can't make them bigger. But if you've got them big, you can simply print to a page in your printer settings, and you'll get 2 pages of them. Well, it'll be all on one page, but you'll get 2 lots of them smaller, okay? So we've got some lovely envelopes, always a winner. Perfume bottles, florals, bird cages. They are mirror image, so if you wanted to glue them back to make paper clips or double-sided embellishments, you can, okay? And then here we've got some more florals. Here are the candelabra and some lovely butterflies, because everybody loves a butterfly, but these are in the sage green and pink colourways to coordinate. Now you'll notice that there's no words in this collection. If you remember, check out the word soup collection. Once you remember, you get that absolutely free, and it's got heaps and heaps and heaps and heaps and heaps, hundreds of journaling words in there. So I'd rather give you another page of embellishments than a page of words when I've already given you a complete collection with just words in. Same with the florals. I've not given you heaps of florals because check out the Fabulous Florals collection. There's about 100 different flowers in it, okay? So there you go. So I hope you like that collection. I think it is really beautiful. I'm quite pleased with how it turned out. Every month I create something completely different. I don't know really how I'm still doing it after, to be honest, after nearly 2 years of creating a collection every single month. You would think I run out of ideas, but for some reason my pea brain keeps on thinking of them. I'm really pleased with these. Absolutely love these. Something I'll have to think on and maybe do again in a new collection in the coming months, but in a different way. Absolutely thrilled with it. I think you're going to really enjoy it. Don't forget, we've got this. It's going to coordinate beautifully, okay? Don't forget. Check out the links below. I'll link this collection directly, and also just have a general look on my Ko-fi and see how much is available to you for quite a small minimal fee. I will be doing a video on this. I am a little bit behind, as always. My followers and members will tell you I'm terrible at sticking to a deadline, but I always do what I say I'm going to do. So once my creative life journal is finished, we will be getting on with this one, and I will share my process with you. And I save all of the videos to my Journaling Joy videos playlist, so you can see how to create a journal every single month for every collection that I create. I do the videos as well. I don't just give you the collection and tell you to get on with it. I do the videos as well. Okay, so that is June Journaling Joy collection, French chic, and I think it really is, to be honest. Very chic, very soft and very pretty. Thanks for watching. Take care. And I'll see you next time. Bye.